Every year, over 700 million people worldwide suffer from a sound that doesn't exist outside their heads, but it's stealing their lives from the inside. A high-pitched whistle, an electric buzz, or a constant hiss that, millimeter by millimeter, erodes your ability to concentrate, to sleep, and finally, to enjoy silence. But what is it that no one tells you in the medical office? The real reason that noise is still there, haunting you every night, has almost nothing to do with your ears. And the solution is something you can start today. Some people notice the volume of that whistle decreases, and their mind feels clearer in just 72 hours. That feeling of desperation when entering a quiet room begins to fade. That metallic echo you've learned to suffer in solitude finally calms down. I've classified the 7 best remedies, from least to most effective, so you don't waste another month testing sound therapies that barely work. And the number 1 on this list, backed by clinical neurobiology research, attacks the brain's short circuit directly. The one generating that phantom sound. Think about it. Instead of living with anxiety, hiding your frustration from your family, and having your next specialist visit end with the phrase, "You just have to get used to it," you go back to watching TV at a normal volume and sleeping without fans to drown out the noise. One of these remedies is likely sitting in your pantry right now, but it never occurred to you that it could calm your auditory nerves. What I'm about to show you contradicts the usual advice you've heard for decades. Even many ENTs don't know this yet because they focus only on the eardrum and not the brain. By the end of this video, you will understand why that ringing stayed there, no matter how much you avoided loud noises or used earplugs. After age 45, the myelin sheath covering your auditory nerves begins to wear down at an accelerated rate. Myelin is the insulation that allows electrical signals to travel cleanly. Without it, nerves spark, creating interference that your brain interprets as a constant beep. This isn't just an annoying noise. When the nerve connection weakens, the brain panics and turns up the volume to try to catch signals that are no longer arriving. Neuronal tissue begins to inflame silently. Toxins and metabolic waste build up in cellular spaces, and calcium deposits form where they shouldn't be. And what terrifies me most is that this invisible inflammation begins to erode your cognitive ability. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but it's there, multiplying every day while you try to ignore it. Your doctor will tell you to avoid stress and use white noise. Sure, those things help a bit, but they only treat the symptoms. They don't fix the root cause, the nutrient hunger of your auditory cortex and the desynchronization of your neurons. This torture isn't inevitable. It's reversible. But you need to understand the science before moving to the remedies. Certain natural compounds force the brain to recalibrate the auditory system, not through magic, but through pure biology proven in thousands of studies. The body converts these compounds into myelin repairers that re-insulate your hearing wires. When this repair is activated, the noise starts to drop in intensity in days. I'm talking about neurotransmitter modulation. Repairing these connections is like fixing a frayed cable that was causing static on your favorite radio. You notice it. Irritability decreases, brain fog fades, that feeling of being trapped disappears. Over the weeks, the brain stops searching for the noise and starts filtering silence again. The nervous system begins to harden against oxidative stress. But not all remedies are equal. Some are packaged scams, others work but take too long. A few are genuine revolutionaries that cost cents. I've spent months reviewing research and testing them myself, and now I'm ranking them, starting with the preventive effects. Remedy number 7, mouth taping and xylitol mints. Most don't associate breathing with the ear, and that's the mistake. Mouth breathing during sleep changes the pressure in the eustachian tube and dries internal membranes, altering sound conduction. One study found that constant negative pressure from poor breathing increases tinnitus perception by 28%. Xylitol blocks the bacterial load rising towards the middle ear. It's a necessary base, but insufficient to turn off the internal noise. Score 2 out of 10. Remedy number 6, concentrated ginkgo biloba with ginger. It's constantly promoted as a cure-all, but there's a secret they don't tell you. Ginkgo is a powerful vascular dilator. It improves microcirculation in the ear's capillaries, which is vital. But if your nerves are damaged, sending them more blood won't stop the noise alone. It's like giving more gas to an engine with burnt wires. It reduces inflammation by 15%, but for the noise to vanish, you need something that stays in the nervous system longer, and that is coming up. Score 4 out of 10. Remedy number 5. Residual inhibition technique with low frequencies. Now we're getting serious. Listening to specific frequencies that match your beep can trick the brain into turning it off temporarily. A study showed a 19% reduction in intensity after 8 weeks. The problem is, once you stop the frequency, the noise usually returns. The effect is topical and momentary if you don't treat the internal biology. Score 5 out of 10. Remedy number 4, magnesium glycinate with full B complex. Criminally underrated. Auditory nerves are the highest energy consumers. Magnesium acts as a security guard that stops glutamate from overexciting your auditory neurons until they burn out. B-complex repairs the myelin sheath, that insulation we mentioned earlier. People notice fewer noise spikes in the first week. Sensitivity to loud sounds disappears in the second. It's cheap and powerful. Score 8 out of 10. Remedy number 3, contact therapy with garlic oil and vitamin E. This remedy highlights the mistake many make. It's not for ingesting, it's for massaging the retroauricular area. The tissue behind the ear is very thin and allows anti-inflammatory compounds to reach the bony area surrounding the ear canal. Vitamin E protects nerves from oxidative damage while you sleep. This is an approach that changes everything because it acts where others don't reach. Score 8.5 out of 10. Remedy number 2, high absorption vitamin K2 and D3 protocol. The most powerful natural protocol for the health of the tiny bones in the inner ear. Your hearing depends on 3 microscopic bones: the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. If these bones lose density or calcify wrongly, sound vibration distorts and the brain creates the beep to compensate for the dirty signal. K2 directs calcium out of soft tissues and into those bones, restoring the mechanical base of your hearing. Score 9 out of 10. Here is the absolute king for silencing the noise. Type 2, collagen peptides combined with ubiquinol. Your inner ears and the vibrating membranes are mostly composed of specific collagen. When you take hydrated peptides, your body sends glycine and proline directly to the damaged tissue. But the secret is ubiquinol. It's the spark that ignites the mitochondria of your auditory cells. Without it, your cells are like workers without electricity. Together, they increase nerve repair speed by 50% in just 2 weeks. Perceived decibel measurements show a drastic reduction. It works fast and is sustainable. Studies show that after 90 days, the adhesion of new nerve tissue covers the electrical gaps that cause the ringing. Sensitivity disappears in days, and silence returns in weeks. Score 10 out of 10. To use it correctly, take the peptides with ubiquinol every morning on an empty stomach. This is critical because there are no other proteins competing for absorption. Your body sends those repairers directly to the auditory conflict zone. Look for ubiquinol, not ubiquinone. The difference is your brain's response speed. Mix it with water and be consistent. In 3 days, you'll notice the noise no longer bothers you upon waking. In a week, the beep will sound farther away, as if in another room. In 2 weeks, there will be moments in the day where you simply forget the noise existed. But if you feel your case is more severe and you don't want to waste any more time experimenting on your own, I've left a link in the first pinned comment and in the description. There you will find the exact Purified protocol that accelerates this reconstruction process. The same one thousands are using to silence the noise permanently before the damage is irreversible. Click now, watch the details, and reclaim your silence once and for all. Consistency is everything. You can't do this for 3 days and expect years of damage to be erased. It's a daily habit that rebuilds what time and noise took from you. For decades, they told you the ringing was your destiny. It's a lie. It's a raw material deficiency. Fix the base, and silence will return on its own. Commit for 30 days. Take a note today of how much the noise bothers you from 1 to 10. Do it again in a month. You will see the difference. The results are real, But you have to start tomorrow morning. Your mind will thank you, your rest will thank you, and your smile will return along with the silence.